This video is recorded because of the string of losses we took during this week. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In this video, you're gonna learn a lot. So I'm gonna start from like the hour time frame because that was the whole point, right? So this line you see here is the London Open on Monday, London Open on Tuesday, London Open on Wednesday, London Open on Thursday, and London Open on Friday. So since this is more of an intraday trade, we already know where price is. We had a 4 hour change of character and we want to continue with the bearish bias. So this was a 15-minute swing I want to see get traded through before I look for a supply I could sell from. It didn't happen on Monday because this was a Monday London Open. It didn't happen within Monday. That's M there. But it happened on Monday, but towards the end. It happened like during the Asian section. And on Tuesday, what we could have done is to hold on. Before I proceed, what actually happened is the reason why I'm recording this is to like tell you what we should have done instead of what we did. That's why we got string of losses. Definitely there were wins. We had wins, couple of like I guess we took like maybe 13 trades this week, maybe 2 break even or 3, and 4 wins, and the rest was just loss, and the losses were massive. So this is nowhere close to a 50% strike rate. It was not a 50% win rate. It was much more less than a 50% win rate. So this is poor, and it's because we didn't like look at the market this way. So what I will do here, since I've got the 15-minute zone, what I'm gonna do is to set my limit order here. This is like a 1 to 6, 1 to 6 hours, and what I'm gonna do is to set my limit order. But remember, this is the 15-minute time frame, and it is an 8 pip stop loss. No way I'm gonna use an 8 pip stop loss for risking 1%. Although it's a very good risk to reward of 1 to 6, it's a profit risk to reward, and I could just set my limit order there. I'm gonna do 2 things here. One, I'm gonna set my limit order, but with a 0.5 risk, because I want another entry. I want another entry, a tiny entry. Understand what I mean? I want another entry, so I'll risk 0.5 on this and risk 0.5 on the refinement. You understand? So altogether, if I'm going to lose this 2 trade, that's 1% gone. So I don't need to worry. So this is what I would do in scenario like this. So what I'm just gonna do right now is to use the bar replay to Wednesday when we got tapped in our zone, and zoom it a little. That was a wrong move there. And zoom it a little bit and just go to like where and what price is currently doing. So I'm gonna just play this slowly, and so we can see. So yeah, we've got a blue massive candle. That's the high, because it just currently traded above the previous one. I currently traded above this one. Study this, you can go do that yourself. It currently traded above this high there. I'm not really good in this drawing thing. So that was the high there. So this is down the low. The structure low we want to see get traded through, and we can successfully say this is a change of character. So we watch now. Nothing much, just watching. So let's play this slowly. And then a change of character. After the change of character, this big, very, very big demand zone found. Yeah, this 15-minute demand zone. It is very, very huge. So what I did is use the 1 minute time frame to like look for entry. So this is the 15-minute zone, remember. So let's see what happens. This was a 15-minute change of structure, and we want to see a 1 minute refinement. So I've got the zone I was looking to sell from, but I need confirmation. This, oopsie, yeah, that zone, but I needed confirmation. So let's see what happens. The market perfectly tapped inside my zone, but not yet, I didn't take any trade because I was patiently waiting for confirmation. No confirmation yet, no change of character. Remember the pattern of a change of character. You want to see, for this scenario, we want to see higher highs, higher low, higher high to low going below the higher low. And there's none of that yet. And now we've got a successful change of character. Watch there. A higher high, a higher high, a higher low, and the higher low got traded through. Simple and basics. That is simple. That was simple there. Looking to sell from the supply. Excuse me. I say supply instead of demand sometimes. So from this base here. So I set my limit order. Yeah. We're currently in the 6 hour setup that we were reaching at 0.5 for there. So this was the refinement. We're looking for the refinement. We're already in one trade already. So we're just patiently waiting for refinement and see if we could have gotten one. So we watch now. So I'm gonna play this a little bit fast. We got tapped and a loss, instant loss, a -1. So a minus 0.5. Remember, already reaching 1%, and now 0.5. So do the math now. Now on our account, -0.5. You get me? So let's watch. So, and you could have just noticed that we are still trading within our zone, not really much. So and then but I had to change my mind. But it took I wanted to enter again because you never know when you could get the entry. So this was the low that I need to see traded through before I'm gonna call this a change of character. So let me play this. That was it, a change of character, and I had the zone. I'm not really sure, was that a 3 minute zone? Yes, a 3 minute wick. You can see there, zero to no wick, 3 minute zone. So I'm gonna just take this off. This big zone, yeah. Hopefully we know where we are. So that place, I just set my limit order there, and the stop loss below the highs, below this highs, above. Sorry, stop loss above this highs. Simple. So I'm gonna just play this real fast. Tap me, and boom. This could have been a break-even trade, not a loss, because firstly we had this move, tap me in, came below, closing above below this previous low, right? So and we had a move back that mitigated some supply zones here. Continuous new structure break, definitely I'll be a break even now. And lastly, we got a push that went below, oopsie, that went below this low. That could have been where I'm gonna take partials. So it's partials plus BE. So there was no loss here. The only loss I have right now is a 0.5 loss with a 6 hour position running with a 0.5 risk on it. So if the 6 hour is to be fulfilled, I'm gonna make 3%. Then minus the loss I made, because I'm gonna subtract that from my profit, is a 2.5. And plus I'm basically not gonna add this break even trade to anything. I'm gonna just leave it like that. I'm just leave it at break even. No, I didn't take partials and whatnot. So this was a loss, right? Sorry, a break even, not a loss. This was the only loss. Simple. So, but still, in overall, we were still in some kind of zone. Still in the zone. Yeah. So nothing really changed. We just keep looking. We want to see. We just keep waiting and waiting and waiting until we like try to get the main change of character. So I was looking at this load to be traded through, and let me just reduce the speed. Man, this is slower than I thought. What is wrong? Let me just allow a player. So okay, we've got the change of character. It's, yeah, a 15-minute supply that I wanted to sell from. So let me just be very accurate with this. That I wanted to sell from. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Set my limit order. Oops. Sorry, my bad. So all this is Wednesday. All this was Wednesday. All this noise. This was all Wednesday. So I'm gonna still use the barley tray too, and go back to where we are. So this was where we wanted to sell from. That point here. No entry yet. I just set my limit order, patiently waiting for the market to come. So let's see what happens. This is kind of slow. I'm gonna call this spot. Yep, that could have been a loss. A quick loss there. A quick loss. Not nothing else. All right, this is our 6 hour position. We're already in. We got taps around here and nothing yet. We're still growing. We still want to see it getting fulfilled. Particularly, I could have maybe taken partials and also set a break even after this massive drop, after this collapse in price. And let's see what happens. And the price went back to break even, I guess. It went back to break even on Thursday. Yeah. So right now we've got this one loss here, a loss, another loss, and the break even plus partials, which I don't think it will cover up for all of this, guys. So let's say, for instance, the overall loss is -2. Yeah, one loss here and another loss here, -2. And this is Thursday. Boom. See, obviously, I was reaching a 0.5 here. Yeah. 0.5 with this loss, with this little one, also 0.5. That's a 1. That's -1. And remember, we've got a protocol. If I've got 2 losses in a row, I'm going to reduce my risks. So this is also 0.5. So in overall, 1.5 of my percent gone. But I get maybe this partials could have did something, but I don't really know. I didn't calculate that, so I just took it as a partial and as a break even. So let's continue to play this. Going back to the 15-minute time frame, seeing if, because this is now Thursday, seeing if something could have happened here, because we're still within our zone. If we get a 15-minute change of character, yeah, that was it. That was the point. That it is. Because this is like the 15-minute change of character. The move back to supply, as you can see, we've got loads and loads of supplies here, and you wouldn't know which one to pick. So this is the idea of playing with time frame. This is where it comes in. But I didn't really set the zone in when I was actually looking at this. When I started thinking about recording this, but I saw it now, so I don't actually know what happens. But if I was on the chart, definitely I would do something like this. So that's why I included it. So just refine it to that week. Semi limit order. right at the yep. And my stop loss is above those highs. And the take profit, same thing. Remember, we're still in the zone. Same take profit below. This is a fulfillment point here. Oops. This one, this low. That is the take profit for a 1 to 8. So let's see what happens. Did we get tapped in? I honestly don't know. Okay, we got tapped in. If you look closely, look at the 15-minute time frame. There's nothing like it is clear, fam. Coming to break even right now will just take you out. Yeah. So you still work with the 15-minute structure, fam. I'm sorry about that. But honestly, I'm gonna be real as possible. I wouldn't have set my break even here because the price action was not clean. It was just a choppy price action, no release. Had it been I had something like like a choppy and then a release and then release, and like I said, I break even, but there was no release. There was no reason to break even there. So let's watch if it could have been a loss, because I honestly don't know. It might be a loss. Just take this somewhat more higher time frame so I could make it fast. It's like this. So it will be fast. This was Thursday morning because it was after the London section. Thursday morning. Boom. 1 to 8 like fulfilled. Bro, remember we had this 1 to 6 to break even. Then we wanted to refine it a little bit. We got 0.5 loss and also 0.5 loss here. So 1% gone. Yeah, yeah. Two losses. So 1% plus 8. Minus 1 plus 8, that's 7. So 7 hours on Thursday, fam. And after fulfillment, at least in my book, after fulfillment, we know that definitely there was a breaker structure because we work with the 15-minute time frame, remember, doing intraday. And since we've got a breaker structure right now because of this fulfillment, our TP being hit, we want a retracement. Now, how do you know retracement is coming? A change of character. So I want to see this high get traded through before that is confirmed. So let's watch. Yep, the high is gone. Since the high is gone, we want to see the same thing, a change of character towards the downside to continue with the bearish bias. And guess what? That didn't happen. Price flew all the way up until it traded above every single high of the week, of this week, of the whole week. And but that wasn't a change in trend. That was just a liquidity grab. Because looking at the higher time frame, yeah, the structure is what it was, a 4 hour structure. Look, it was a weak closure. Look above there. That place I just touched. Look above here. It was just a week. So it's not really something I could bother myself about. So sorry, I had a mess. I have like a messy chart. So my bad. So looking at the 15-minute time frame right now, I knew that was a liquidity grab, and immediately after liquidity grab, we want to get the full release. And I was looking at this low to get traded through before I said I look for the supply I could sell from. So let's play this real quick. Boom, that was the break. And after the break, I had this little 15-minute beautiful supply zone and also another supply zone here. So this is where my 1 or 5 minute confirmation comes in place. So I'm gonna just play this slow as I can. So we get tapped, waiting for the 1 minute confirmation. Yeah, that was a 1 minute confirmation. And after the 1 minute confirmation, I'll like basically enter off this demand. Oh, my bad, my bad. All right, this setup was actually the 5 minute supply. This setup was based on the 5 minute supply. As you can see, a perfect supply zone on the 5 minutes. So I just set my limit order there because it is perfect. It is calm. We also had another one here, but we work with the most recent price. So this is only invalidated when it get traded through, and we're gonna look at the next one. But for now, we've got nothing like that. So that's why I set my limit order. But I set my limit order, but let's see if we would have had another trade here. This is not in the rule, but we're just checking. Since we've got a breaker structure now, we want to see like a move back into this demand zone. Now set a stop loss here. Set a stop loss. Since we had this break, the move back, set our stop loss. Set our stop loss here. Set our what the hell is happening? Set our stop loss here and allow it to run. So let's see if that happens. Base, yeah, that came to place. So yeah, it taps us in. That probably happened. Yeah. So let's see if it runs. So let me like basically go to like a much more higher time frame to see what could have happened here. Then a release. But I need a full release, a beautiful release. And right now I'll be a break even. Definitely a break even. Using a much more higher time frame for clarity. So it will be fast. So this, remember, the this is the target, the low, because we want to work with the pro trend. So the target will be this low, and this setup was a 1 to 26 weeks reward. So let's see what happens. Did we get our full release? Yes, fam. So TP hit. Remember, we had two losses, two break evens, one to 8. So at least we had a couple of losses in a row before the 1 to 8. Let me just cross check, because if I've got two losses in a row, I decrease my risk reward and stuff. So we had this loss here, 0.1, another one here, and though this was actually break even, it was no loss, and then this loss. So it wasn't two losses in a row. Then this one came to a 1 to 8. So 1 to 8, no loss. And then a beautiful 1 to 26 risk reward. So 8 plus 26 is, do the math. It's like a 1 to 30, a 1 to 32 are out before Friday. And this was Friday, London Open. And after all fulfillment, at least in my book, after all fulfillment, that's a break of structure. After break of structure, we want a retracement. How do we know retracement wants to happen? A change of character. I was looking at this low, the high to be traded through before before I could call it a chalk. And that high got traded through. So for a chalk, a week, already, a week closure is I'm good with a week closure. But for a break of structure, I want to see a body closure. You understand what I mean? So let's proceed. And then I had that demand zone there. That's demand. That's that demand that week. We understand that week on its own is a demand zone. It's a demand zone on another time frame. So that week was where I want to sell from. And this high was my next target. At least I bet minimum that could have been where the market wants to target. It is the closest liquidity. So I target there at bare minimum to see what will happen. And I want to enter here. This is like 1 to 3.8, almost a 1 to 4. Yeah, almost a 1 to 4 risk to reward. And the reason why it's not even a 1 to 4 is because of the stops. It's a little bit larger than I said it, yeah. As you can see, the stop is still below the wick. Yeah. So that was it's a 1 to 4. That's the best I could possibly get in this scenario. And the reason why I didn't bother much was because it is a counter trend trading and it could get messy. So I get tapped in perfectly and it got fulfilled. Remember, we're heavily counter trend trading. So a slightest change of character on this 15-minute time frame will be the signal for short, the signal to continue with the pro trend. So let's basically watch this. So I was looking at that low at that time. Yeah, and then now a change of character. And after this change of character, I had this demand zone I wanted to sell from. I had the supply zone I wanted to sell from. So right now we wait for market to get into our zone and look for the 1 minute entry or 5 minute. You know the OT entry depends on the trader. And the market is not yet in our zone. We could just like patiently wait. That playlist a little bit fast. Nothing yet. It is not yet in our zone. And then right now I just entered the zone and I had this lower in mind. If prices to come below this low, definitely I would call this a successful chalk and look for a demand zone I want to sell from. So this was an invalid one because I didn't even know what I was looking at. Something like that. It was like a dumb decision, I guess. So I'm gonna just get rid of this. It doesn't really matter. We want to see the chalk first, the change of character first. Right now, it is basically the most important. Yeah. So we had this change of character. As you can see, this was the change of character. And I've got this 5 minute zone. And then I've got this 5 minute zone. As you can see, the 5 minute demand there. The 5 minute supply. The 5 minute S&D. That was the zone. Just look at the candle. Yeah, this 5 minute zone. And then I wanted to sell from there. So I did take this trade, just set my limit order. I was targeting the low. Because the low here will be my take profit to continue with the pro trend. So that was a beautiful 1 to 5. What happened? It was a 1 to 5, fam. But it's because of the stops. But yes, let's be a little bit aggressive. Yeah, I wanted to be a 1 to 5. Sorry for that. Yeah, a little bit above the week. Yeah. So that was my 1 to 5. That is the 1 to 5. And it got run. Remember, so far we've got a 32 risk to reward on Thursday, on Friday, plus 4, 36, and this is a 5. 36 plus 5. It is 41% if you're risking 1% per trade. But as for me, it will be, yes, maybe 40 or 30% because I take partials. That is it. That is for the week, but you can still hold this position because remember you want to swing trade because the overall target is down there, and you could also still hold this one because the target is the 4 hour zone. So the sweep of this low, as you can see, I just illustrated something there. So that low is our target. This low here could have been the overall target, but at bare minimum, you should have targeted this. We should target this. We should target this demand zone because of the huge imbalance. Because of the huge imbalance here and a nice little demand, maybe it could react off this demand and continue, or like maybe react and just push up. So it is what it is. I hope you learned a thing or two from this. See you when I see you.